I want to introduce you to Mystery Ranch's new Mysterium line of backpacks. This is the Beartooth 85. Comes in a lot of different options, sizes, names, all that good stuff. But the mainstays that you're going to get on the new Mysterium pack lines. So they have a new suspension, which is this like aerated foam on the yoke and the shoulder straps in the back. It allows for increased breathability. It's lighter, so they actually were able to cut some weight from the actual like suspension itself, even though it is more comfortable because of the aerated cuts. So this is going to be a mainstay throughout all the Mysterium packs, along with what they've done to the load shelf. One of our biggest complaints on past packs with Mystery Ranch was how the load shelf sat low. It sat really low on the bottom, and obviously when you're carrying out heavy weights, you want it to sit as high as possible. So we complained loudly to Mystery Ranch, but those guys are great, and they listened, and they fixed the load shelf, and that's what I'm gonna show you right now. So in their new load shelf model, what they've done is raised the load shelf higher onto the frame. Like I said, it's gonna allow you to carry those heavy weights a lot higher, and it's way more comfortable. Packed out way too many elk this last season because I helped too many people like young Omar once again, as he's shaking his head at me over there. But this being raised makes a huge difference. We're so happy that they fixed that, and that's exactly what they did. They also added compression straps directly to the frame. Obviously, this probably goes without explanation and saying, but it allows you to strap the load of meat directly to the frame itself, and you don't have to use the compression straps coming from the bag, which can lead to a little slack in trying to get it tight coming from the bag itself, because the bag obviously, you know, down jackets, all that stuff, it can compress and reload kind of differently. But coming straight from the frame, it allows you to really cinch down the meat onto the load shelf, and it does not go anywhere. This was massive for me and all the pack outs I did this year. But if you feel like you don't need it or don't want it, you can easily take these off, and you don't need to run these directly from the frame, but I would highly suggest you do. Then going forward into the pack and not on frame and suspension, I mean, nothing looks better than two-tone, and this is the Ponderosa colorway, which is this green and tan. Looks incredible. I've obviously been known to be a looks guy. I like things that look cool. I'm not like Brady, it's just all function, no fashion. So I do like the look of this bag. And what they've done with it on the materials, they updated to a 5 PM coated nylon. And all of the spots that get the most use on a pack, or that take the most like brunt force from having to use a pack. And then everything else, they kept the same material as before. So they were able to basically make all of the tension strengths better in the places that they needed, but keep the pack weight down overall, because in the spots it didn't need, they stuck with the old Cordura material. Also, what they did too is they have this webbing now on the side, so it essentially allows you to use these middle bag compressions. So whether you're strapping a bow, a gun, you're going over the gun stock or the bow riser, you are able to move these and customize them to the lengths that you need. If you're running a longer riser bow, shorter riser bow, you know, big fat stock rifle, whatever it is, you can make these middle compression straps the space and the sizing you need to be able to strap anything to the middle of the bag. So there's a lot of customability in these center straps right here, which for me, I had my bow strapped to this thing like the entire time, because Omar was hunting and I wasn't hunting for myself. He takes too long to kill. And I mean, it was awesome. I got to customize it every way I needed to use. And yeah, so they've done that. And then also they updated to the Autolock buckles on these across the front. So obviously when you're going over a fat rifle stock or a bow riser, anything like that, these things do have the tendency, without the Autolock, they do have the tendency to actually slip over time and actually get looser and looser. Now with the Autolock, they don't. Even if the buckle's right over the bow riser or right over the buttstock of the rifle, it still won't slip. So the Autolock right there is huge. Everything that you strap to the middle will absolutely stay in place. So like I said, I mean, this new Mysterium bag, I could not be happier, for whatever that's worth, of the changes they've made from the previous packs and frames, or not frames, but suspensions now into this Mysterium line. They fixed basically all the complaints I've had before, and this pack has been incredible this entire last season in the prototype phase. And now I finally get the color I want. They're available to buy, so get into the store, whatever color you'd like as well. A lot of different sizes, a lot of different colors, but this new Mysterium line is definitely one to stay and one to check out. Check it out in the store.